Because I support Christians and you're not Christian, and nobody else around, nobody on the
So it's
liberal
okay for
side is
Christians
Christian.
to
And
grift.
I'm a supporter of Jesus. You aren't a supporter of Jesus. You're gonna go to hell. You're not saved. You need to get on your knees. You need to pray to the Lord, ask for forgiveness, because I don't want, even though I don't really like you, I'm not a big fan of you, you're gonna end up in a bad place, and I don't want to see that for you. God says to love everybody, and I don't want to see you end up
Vicky. Hey, Vicky.
burning.
Fuck you. Now turn the other cheek, because that's what Matthew 5:39 says. We'll read it together.
Mhm.
So if we actually pull up Matthew 5:39
You're
here,
such a
it says,
troll, dude.
"But I
What
tell
the
you,
fuck
do
is
not
wrong
resist
with
an evil person. If anybody slaps you on the right cheek, turn them to the other cheek also." So, hey, Vicky, can you turn the other cheek, please?
Yep.
The only cheek getting slapped is you and Parker, you freaky fucks.
Oh,
Like, why are
that
you
wasn't
trying to
very
troll?
Christian-like of you, Vicky.
Gay
but I can always
sex?
repent. I
Hey,
can literally
Vicky.
repent. That's
Gay
the thing.
sex,
WWJD.
Vicky? Whoa!
I don't care if it wasn't Christian of me. Like, I just go get on my knees and repent.
how would God feel if he knew that you were talking about
I could
gay
repent.
sex?
I could literally just get on my knees and repent. He doesn't
Then
care.
do it.
WWJD.
I'll do it on my own time. I'll repent whenever
do
I
it
pray
right now.
tonight. Why would I do it when you won't repent for
Well,
what
Because
you
you're not
did?
saved. What if you died right now? You want
Exactly.
to be
I
saved.
was about to say, the Bible
Dean,
says
I don't wanna
you
hear
don't know
you
the
preaching.
time nor hour, right?
I don't want.
God damn, bro. She's nuts.
They get so mad.
I don't know what the hell her problem is. On God. On God. Literally. On God. Take a chill
Oh my
pill.
gosh, hi. How's
Hi,
it
welcome
going?
in. Do you support Trump?
No, God, I'm Canadian. We don't do that.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Unless you're in Alberta, right? Only up instead of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. Please do follow the rules of the live stream. Please do follow the rules of the live stream. If you want to support the grift, if you want to make me rich, if you want to make me rich and send me your grandmother's inheritance, this person's a child. You can find the Venmo and the PayPal and the link tree in the bio on TikTok. Pin message over on Super Chat. I appreciate you guys so much for the love and support. All right, guys, we're going to try to get that next guest loaded up in the box right now, folks. We probably only have time for like one or maybe two more guests. I probably am going to be hopping off a little bit early today just because I am going camping.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy smokes. That sounds fun.
Love camping, dude. Like where I live, I could drive like, well, let me rephrase it. Within like an hour radius away from me, there are like 5 trillion different places to camp within an hour radius of me. So I love it.
You should come up to the Pacific Northwest. We got some really good campgrounds, hiking, trails, all this other stuff. I'm telling you would love it.
Oh, totally. No, totally. I absolutely agree. I love to make it out there one day. Love to make it out there one day. Let's go to get the next guest loaded up and to the live stream right now. Everybody just do be patient while we work on getting that one done. We got B. Randon loading up. Hey, thank you, Full Band, for another $20 over on Super Chat. It says, I'll be in hell. Parker will be in hell. Santana will be in hell. Hell is going to rule. Just be able to hang out all day, dude. Thank you for the $20. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Kind of. And I have a question.
You driving?
I am not. I'm pulled over because I knew if I was driving, you wouldn't let me up.
Sid, thank you so much for all the galaxies. My God, Sid. I appreciate you. Shout out to Sid down below in that comment section. This dude right here is the GOAT. Appreciate you, man. Show some love to Sid.
Sid.
So you said kind of. Let me ask you a question. So if you were to vote tomorrow between Harris and Trump, who'd you vote for?
Can I ask my question first?
No.
I've been... I mean... God damn it, Dean. No, I wouldn't vote for Trump.
Hey, listen, man, if you have a question, the Discord's a really great place to join. And I've been meaning for a long time to do like a Q&A stream, which I'll probably do soon. Once again, Full Band, I appreciate you for the $20. Brittany with the $10. She says, day 5 of Asking Dean. Would you be open to a bi-weekly or monthly Fan Friday where you to debate fan topics or another topic you choose? Oh, this is like a good idea. You know, break up those topics a little bit.
Fun.
It would be. Erica, do you support Trump? Okay, Erica's just right not here. Heather, thank you for the $6 and the 66 cents for the obvious demon cult news. Thank you so much, Heather. Wesley, thank you for the $3. And Ken with the $20 who says school for the real dumb. Thank you so much for the love and support. Appreciate you so much, Ken. And then Eric, thank you so much for the $10. Who says, "Oh, you hurt your feelings, grifting." Anyways, here's my last $10. Thank you for supporting the grift. Thank you so much, Eric. Hey, Justin, bro, you gotta get a life. I brought you up here just for like 3 seconds to tell you to go get a life.
I have a question to ask you and Santana.
I got something better for you, Justin. Michelle, thank you for the 10. Jenny Ann, thank you for the 10. Skip, thank you for the 1. Jamie,
I'm not gonna do this again.
Ashley, thank you
I
for the
don't know
20.
how you guys
Kyle,
can have a girlfriend or whatever when you talk down to women. Like Vicky, for real? You guys gonna talk down to a female like Vicky?
Yeah,
woman.
Listen, I will definitely
female woman, same thing, Santana.
Listen,
Shut the fuck up. No one's talking to you.
Not you trying
Santana,
to Kate and you don't know the difference between saying woman and female. Holy smokes.
It's the same thing, Santana.
Hey, Justin.
Okay?
Hey, Justin.
What, Dean?
I don't have a problem talking down to people who talk down to me. She was icky. Vicky was icky, bro.
No, she didn't.
Vicky was icky, bro. Come on.
Down to her.
Come on. She was icky, bro.
I'm not. No.
Vicky
you
was
were
icky.
talking down to her the whole time.
I don't believe you, Justin. No one does.
Okay,
you know what?
whatever.
Go scream in the abyss, Justin. Go scream in the abyss. Scream in the abyss.
Just walks right into the point. Female, woman, same thing. Holy smokes.
Bro, Justin is legit a moron, dude.
He is. He
really needs to get a life. He's been watching all damn day.
Yeah.
Morgan, thank you for the $5 over on Super Chat. I really appreciate you. And Z, thank you for the $10. I appreciate you, Z. Thank you. Taylor, thank you for the $1 for Icky Vicky. And Shayna, thank you for the $15 who says that conversation with Vicky was funny as fuck. Thank you, Shayna. You are awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Amanda, thank you for the $5. And Samantha, thank you for the $10. Who says, what is Icky Vicky's education level? Maybe she should try grifting, right? Get her a little bit further in life. Rachel, thank you for the $10. Who says, can you address if the draft is coming back? I don't think it is. We don't even really have too many boots on the ground, so I think we're fine. Michelle, thank you so much for the $25. Who says, I won't be able to take my grandma to her doctor's appointment, but here's my last 25. I appreciate you, Michelle. Let's go. Let's get 250 Michelle W's. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. Then Megan, thank you for the $5 as well. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Yeah, I do.
How old are you?
I'm 25.
Cool. Couple more people to thank here. Alex, thank you for the $20. Who says, can you ask the caller if they wear mixed fibers and eat pork? What an idiot. Thank you for the Laughstein. Yeah, the same part of the Levitical law that anti-gay law comes from. Dominio, thank you for the $20. Who says, on a real note, it's so hilarious that Icky Vicky can't even realize that this is satire. I know, right? That was fucking funny. And then Fit Dad CEO, I appreciate you for another $50 on Super Chat. What a man. Thank you. Let's get 500 Fit Dad W's. Fit Dad with a 50 says, VICKY. The sound of her name makes the little babies cry. Okay. Yeah, Fit Dad is out here flaming Vicky. Love that. Thank you, man. Go to take it away, my friend, and tell us why you are a Trump supporter.
I support Trump because he is a great president, and I feel like a lot of people and the media try to twist him to be a bad president. And I actually wanted to talk to you about a point that you brought up to a couple of different people about how Trump said that he doesn't care about the American citizens.
He doesn't care about the financial health of American citizens,
Also, he doubled down on that.
Right. So let me ask you a question, Dean. Do you know what order of operations is?
Talking in like formal logic, propositional logic?
Or are you talking about business?
I'm talking more so about just in general.
I think that's a very vague thing in general. I think that you'll have to describe to us exactly what you mean.
Okay, so order of operations is like if a police officer was called to a scene of like a domestic violence, right? They have an order of operations on the things to deal with and they measure it by like severity and different stuff like that, right? So you have to deal with one thing before you can move on to the next step, right?
Okay.
So in the clip, and you even posted the clip on your page, where everybody's trying to twist his words and say that he was saying that he doesn't care about people's financial situations. Yeah. That isn't what he said. He's literally saying in that clip, you can hear him say that he's not concerned right now with with the financial situation of modern day Americans when our lives are in danger. So he has to focus on the bigger threat first before he can turn around and
let's put in our lives in danger. But by the way, I just want to clarify. You just said the same thing. Okay, so when I say that Donald Trump said he doesn't care about the financial situation of Americans, that's not false. And you didn't even argue that it was false. Your argument doesn't conclude that Donald Trump didn't say this, but rather your argument concludes that Donald Trump said this because, right?
But
So
no,
giving an
it's not that he
explanation,
doesn't care.
listen, check
He's
this out.
saying-
Giving an explanation for why Donald Trump said this does not negate the fact that he said this. And your explanation was false. Iran was not an imminent nuclear threat to America. That was a lie that the Trump administration told you that you're eating up because you believe anything that comes out of that pig's mouth.
That's
Also,
not true.
you should look
because
into Maslow's hierarchy, because if the basic needs aren't taken care of, then you can't worry about things that are above that. And so when there's literally people starving to death in our country, they're not worried about what's happening in Iran. So that doesn't
But that's
make
what I'm
sense.
trying to say. He's not saying that he doesn't care, but in the grand scheme of things, there's bigger things
In the
to
grand
deal
scheme
with
of
right in
things,
this
he
minute.
doesn't care. Wait, did he say that he cares
No,
more
he
about
does-
Iran and
he's
the war in
not
Iran?
saying-
Or did he say he doesn't care about
He
Americans'
cares
financial
more
situation
about our
because of the
national
war in Iran?
security.
But that's
He
not what he
cares more
said.
about our national security.
But I just want to
and
clarify, that's not what he
but
said.
that is what he said.
No, he
because
said,
if you
I don't
listen-
care about
if
this
you-
because
you can
of
play the
national
clip,
security.
Dean.
Not that I care about national security more.
No, you can literally play the clip, Dean. He's
Wait,
saying right
you're-
now, I have bigger things to focus on. I
No,
have
no,
to
no.
focus
You're
on Iran,
arguing.
and I can't. He like right now, he has to focus on getting rid of the nuclear weapons before he can come back and fix the issues in our country. But there's not going to be
Wait,
any
you're
financial
arguing-
situations
you're
to fix
arguing
when
points that-
Iran bombs us.
You're literally arguing points that are old now, because he just did an interview with Brett Baer and he specifically said things to contradict the things that you're saying, including saying short-term pain, long-term gain, and the fact that Iran has no more nuclear arsenal or anything like that. And it's just a issue of like getting it out. Like all of the things that you're saying is absolutely opposite of what he's saying, because you haven't gotten your new MAGA notes.
Yeah.
MAGA notes.
Also, yeah, you said that they have nuclear weapons. What's your evidence for that?
What's your evidence that they don't?
Okay, that's a burden shift, but I'll engage in it nonetheless. Tulsi Gabbard, the director of
Not a
National
burden
Intelligence.
shift, but there's because at the end of the day, there's I don't.
So let me
build
tell you what.
bombs. I'm not there. I can't tell you for sure. But obviously he had the intelligence
let me tell you.
to tell you that.
So first and foremost, that was a burden shift. So when you make a positive claim, i.e., Iran has nukes, then by default you possess the burden of proof to grant evidence that proves that claim to be true. So when you made that positive claim, Iran has nukes, and then I ask you, hey, what's your evidence for that positive claim? And then you say, well, what's your evidence that defeats my positive claim? That was a burden shift because you were attempting to shift the burden of evidence from yourself to me, right? But I'll still engage in it nonetheless because I actually do have evidence. I don't have nukes. Tulsi Gabbard, okay, is the DNI, the Director of National Intelligence. A handful of months ago, she was subpoenaed to testify in front of Congress. Now, when you're testifying in front of Congress, you do so under penalty of perjury, meaning if you lie, then you go to jail. Okay, and they asked her, well, does Iran have a nuclear program? She said, we completely obliterated their nuclear program with last summer's strikes. They then went on to ask her, have they started on rebuilding their nuclear program? And she said no. So considering the fact that U.S. intelligence says, okay, that we've completely obliterated their nuclear program, okay, and they haven't started on rebuilding it ever since, clearly they're not an imminent threat because an imminent threat is an immediate threat. Now also to Montana 17120, this is a person that runs their own live streams. They do the opposite of what I do, and they're dumb as a bag of rocks. Montana, I just saw you in the chat. You said I was wrong. I'm going to hit this cute little button that invites you to join the panel. You always run from me.
I've been in the queue. I've been in. So
Oh,
listen,
you're
Dean,
lying, Montana.
No, she was. She was in the queue.
By the way, Montana.
It auto-accepted her. No, she was in the queue.
Listen, hold on a second. I have a question for you. I'm
She
dumb
was in
as
the
a
queue.
rock, right?
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. Oh, God.
So, Dean,
She
you're
was in the
going
queue. I
on and
just
on
didn't
and
see
on
her.
Pivoting.
about
He's
the
pivoting because he knows I'm
economy.
right.
Well, you are right. But yeah, I have a question.
Thank
the only
you.
reason I came up here was for this reason only. And you keep talking about how horrible the economy is. It's so horrible. But thank you for the $50. Thank you for the $500.
Oh
So,
my gosh.
No. Hey, I'm okay
Oh
with
my
you. Do
God.
you,
It's
Boo?
fine, Santana.
Do
Just let her
you,
say what she
Boo?
wants. I'll respond.
Do you, Boo? Right? But aren't you contradicting yourself saying that our economy is super shitty, but here you're collecting massive amounts of fucking coins and and money from all of your Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal that totally contradicts how our economy is doing.
Yeah.
If our economy was doing so shitty, then why in the hell are people sending you $500, $100, $50, and you make thousands of dollars a day on this platform?
Exactly.
Why?
Sure, really good question. So, I think that you just fundamentally have a misunderstanding of what it means when the economy is performing bad. We would typically use the average American as the economic indicator of, well, how is the economy performing? So when the average American is doing significantly worse than they were like a year and a half ago, we're going to say that the economy is performing poorly. Okay. When we say that the average American is doing significantly better than they were a year and a half ago, then we're going to say that the economy is performing much better. And that's the thing, is you're making this this confusing statement. Allow me to finish here. Where you're confusing my average donor for the average American. You know, like there are, let me just give you some statistics, around 500,000 people that click in and out of my live stream on a daily basis. And the average viewer of my live stream has never and likely will never send me a penny. And specifically those that you will hear me thank for their donations are not representative of the average American, and in most cases are not representative of the average viewer, and rather like exists likely in those higher income brackets where they have more disposable income that they could actually share. You know, but I will tell you, when I do this every single day and I collect donations every single day, you can kind of generally track if there are more or less people with more or less disposable income, i.e. is there more or less people that exist in the higher income brackets with disposable income to send to a streamer? And I made more money before the election than I do now. So what does that tell us? Not only is like the average American worse off, but those higher income brackets with more disposable income are also smaller, because we see this larger redistribution of wealth from the average American, or even a little bit above the average American, those with some disposable income, to like the ultra wealthy multimillionaires and billionaires that, you know, don't spend their time on TikTok.
Also, just the great point that someone else made, Montana, is a great point that someone else made is the amount of people watching. They're not just in the U.S. There's a multitude of people from other countries that watch and support as well. So, like, that doesn't make sense.
Also, could you please describe to me how that wasn't a pretzel? Could you please describe to me how my explanation was a pretzel?
Dear Lord, because that. Okay, again, I will explain this to you again.
Explain to me why it's a pretzel.
You are up here. Listen, I'm a creator too. I get it, Dean. Except that I don't push my Venmo, Cash App.
You're a small creator. You're a little puny creator.
And you're a scary coward that blocks people when you get cooked.
You're more than welcome to come up, Santana.
I cooked you and you blocked me, coward.
No, I did not block you.
I don't want to derail this. I don't want to derail this. I just want to go like methodically. I want to go methodically, point by point. Okay, you made the point that if the economy was as bad as I paint it to be, okay, well then there wouldn't be some people with disposable income and which would want to share that with me. I then responded to that point by saying, well, when we want to track the general trends of an economy, we're typically looking at the average American. And yes, it is true that the average American is worse off, but this does not negate the fact that there will still be some higher income Americans with disposable income that will still opt to share that with me. But we could still track even the general trends of how many people have that disposable income. And I'm actually making less money today than I did before the election. So it seems like even that tax bracket is shrinking. So please tell me, what is the fault in my logic?
Again, you are up here every single day telling your people how shitty the economy is doing.
Because it is.
GDP, okay. And, the CPI is at 3.8%. It was so much worse under Biden, but that's
We'll talk about the Biden later, because remember, you're focusing on me and my donations.
We will. I'm not even up here to debate you, to be honest.
I know, because you're scared to debate me, because I'll fry your fucking shit, Montana.
I'm not
You
scared. I'm not.
You are.
No,
You are.
I'm right in the middle of working right now. And
I listen.
sitting here watching you.
I fried you and all of your friends. I'm the MAGA defeater on this fucking app, dude.
You don't. You lie like a dog.
Okay, so then describe to me how my counter argument against your position that how can the economy be shit if people are donating to me is false. Describe to me how my counter argument doesn't track. Describe it to me.
What you're trying to say is that, okay, so, I mean, how many people, and then this goober, Santana down here.
This goober.
Yeah,
She can't respond to the argument. She can't respond to the argument. Listen, Montana, I'm going to give you a helping hand here by repeating the argument in significantly less words than I did before. because I just want to give you a helping hand. The argument that I want you to respond to is as follows. The reason why many people will still choose to donate to me today, even though the economy is worse off, is because the economy being worse off does not mean that the tax brackets of individuals in which possess a disposable income completely disappear. It just means that they shrink.
I got a restriction. Fuck.
Respond. I'll kick you after you respond. She left on her own.
She wanted to run.
I didn't even kick her. I was going to let her stay on the live stream with the restriction, knowing that that would restrict the live eligibility of the stream. Oh wait, Montana, I know that you're still watching. You have 5 trillion backup accounts.
She literally does.
Go on one of your backup accounts.
She could come back if she wanted to.
Right now, she has like literally 5 trillion of them. So,
It's 'cause your
anyways,
supporters are reporting her. People do the same thing in Johnny's live too.
It's a TikTok algorithm.
it's
Like
it's AI.
AI mods.
It's AI moderation. It has nothing to do with the reports from individuals. It's all AI moderation. Fun fact, for the most part, the report feature on TikTok, specifically for lives, is kind of just like a for show thing. Like it doesn't really do much because it's all AI moderation.
They've really made that shift like massively now, and so it's all AI mods.
Yeah,
it's super interesting.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
now
I'm not a creator, so I'm not really sure how that works. But I'll I trust you, I guess.
okay,
You do this
so
all the time.
We'll go back to what you're talking about. You said that Iran has nuclear weapons. And then I responded by saying, what's your evidence for that? You said, well, Dean, what's the evidence that they don't have nuclear weapons? Then I gave you Tulsi Gabbard's testimony in front of Congress. She testified to the fact that they don't have nuclear weapons. And she is the DNI, the Director of National Intelligence.
Which, yeah, but you also stated, she said that last year after they,
No, she said this.
got rid of.
She said this at the beginning of the Iran war, like a month ago.
I thought you said she said this last year after
A month
they got
ago,
rid of the.
a month ago, she said that we obliterated the program last year, and they haven't put any effort into rebuilding it since.
And maybe that was what the knowledge that they had at the time. She was reporting what she found.
That was
But, that
after
does not
Donald
stop
Trump had
them
started the
from
war and
redoing
claimed
it
that,
and making
listen,
more.
that was after Donald Trump had started the war and claimed that they were an imminent threat. This isn't the knowledge that they had at the time that then changed later, leading to Donald Trump starting the war in February. No, this was testimony literally from last month, weeks after Donald Trump claimed that they were an imminent nuclear threat and started the war.
Also, in that very statement, she also stated that there have been no substantial restarting of their nuclear program since 2008. So, yeah.
But what I'm saying is they're doing what they can with the information that they have at the time. And again, we have bigger fish to fry right now than to worry about. And, just like Montana said, like if the economy is that bad and people are struggling financially that hard,
holy shit.
they wouldn't, you know what I mean? They wouldn't be sending money to streamers, not just you, but like
Buddy.
paying for TikTok gifts and
Buddy,
all this other stuff.
The economy being bad doesn't mean that everybody suffers. It just means that a lot of people suffer. So like how
But that's
can you
what's being
possibly sit
portrayed
here
in the
how
media,
could you
though.
possibly, because it's true. A lot of people are suffering. The average American is suffering. But it's like, how can you sit here and say that, like the people who do choose to donate to me are representative of the part of people who are suffering? Like those that are suffering, like they don't donate to me and I don't want them to. Like keep that money, spend it on what you need. Like those that choose to support me are typically those with that disposable income. Like
All I'm
disposable
saying
income is like literally defined as income that can be disposed, right? So like by definition, like chances are if somebody sends me a definition, that's income that can be disposed because that's what they're doing with it. Also, right, it's like when like we're in periods of like great economic turmoil, you don't see that every movie theater in America shuts down. Netflix doesn't go out of business. Hulu doesn't go out of business. HBO doesn't go out of business. Entertainment doesn't go out of business. Does the entertainment industry take a hit because it's a non-essential good? Absolutely. But does it completely go out of business? No, because they're still able to generate an income.
All I'm saying is that the orders of operation, you guys are twisting Trump's words like you guys always do. Like
No
the
response?
media, since that's the trend of this day and age and generation is to twist people's words.
We've already debunked
and,
that, remember? Can you respond directly
but
to
you
what
did-
Dean said? We did. I said that you
But
didn't.
I
you
am
didn't
responding.
You didn't update your notes. Donald Trump had an interview with Brett Baer that says the opposite of the things that you're saying. Can you please directly respond to what Dean just said?
Well, I haven't seen that interview, so I can't really comment on it.
Okay,
but
so
what
maybe
I'm
you should wait until you watch that interview because literally it contradicts the stuff that you just said. Can you directly respond to Dean?
Yeah, there's like two things on the table for you to respond to. You made a claim that, well, how can the economy be suffering if people are donating to me? I give you a response. You also made a claim that Iran has nukes. I asked you for evidence, and then you asked me for evidence that they don't, and I gave you a response. So either respond, okay, to the fact that I've presented evidence that you're wrong and saying that Iran has nukes, and you haven't been able to demonstrate any evidence that you're right, or respond to the fact that I presented evidence that you're wrong and saying that if the economy was truly going down, then people would stop donating to me completely.
But I responded to that part earlier when I said, because, just like how you can't be 100% sure that they don't have them, I can't be 100% sure that they do have them because I'm not there making them. But obviously, the government has ways of finding stuff out that we don't have access to.
We do, though, because of Tulsi Gabbard's
testimony. We need to deal with it, then he
probably
knows something that we don't know.
Because of Tulsi Gabbard's testimony, we do know that the government does not think they have nukes. In fact, we do know that the government knows they don't have nukes because that's what Tulsi Gabbard was testifying to. But you said that
was a month ago. That wasn't
which was
after yesterday.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Listen to yourself. She testified weeks after Donald Trump started the war, claiming they had nukes.
And also, again, I keep saying you need to listen to this fucking interview because Donald Trump just said the same thing. Like literally.
Come on.
Like, again, you guys just want to twist his words. You want to make him this
villain.
No,
stop making this about twisting Trump's words. Respond to the fact
that do we listen right now.
Do we know that Donald Trump was lying when he said that Iran has nukes or an imminent nuclear threat because all U.S. intelligence indicates that they don't have nukes, and in fact their program is obliterated and they haven't even started on rebuilding it since?
That from what they had from the information that they had at the time, that probably was true. But things can change with time.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to say.
So do you have any evidence that things have changed?
No, but again, I don't have
Okay, so then what the fuck are you doing? Because you're trying to run, listen, you're trying to run, listen, you're trying to run frontline defense for a pig who just straight up says that he doesn't care about the financial health and well-being of Americans. And then your defense was to say, well, it's because we have a larger threat. Iran is going to nuke us. But then when we go through the facts, it seems to be the case that all U.S. intelligence indicates that they don't have nukes and they haven't even restarted on building their nuclear program. Okay, but you are still going to claim that Donald Trump is justifiably not caring about the financial health and well-being of Americans because they have nukes, but there's no evidence of that, and all the evidence indicates otherwise. By the way, I also want to indicate here that even if you were right, and they did have nukes, that would be Trump's fault because he is the one who pulled us outside of the JCPOA denuclearization agreement with him in May of 2018, which it prevented them from having nukes, which then greenlit them to restart their nuclear program. So then they turned around and started to enrich their uranium, attempting to achieve weapons grade. So if you think they were able to achieve that weapons grade uranium and they did have nukes and they're going to bomb us and nuke us any day now, well, Donald Trump is in part responsible for that.
No, my point was saying that the clip is being taken out of context. He didn't flat out say, oh, I don't care about the American people and their financial situations. He said, literally, and you can play the clip and you can hear it. He said, I'm not worried about the American financial situation. I have to work. I have to deal with Iran right now.
I'm so sorry.
That is literally the sentence that he said.
I'm so sorry. I'm going to repeat this again. Bret Baier directly had that question. He brought the clip. He played the clip and made Donald Trump clarify it. I'm telling you, you're wrong. He made him clarify it. You're wrong. You're arguing something that even Trump isn't arguing.
Do you have the clip that you could play so we could see it?
I've probably got to go soon, you guys. I've probably got to go soon. Probably get after the debate after this one.
When you hear Trump voters, Alex says, I voted for you 3 times. He can't handle the costs. And he's not for this foreign conflict. I hate it. He's not for the foreign conflict. But Roy in Pennsylvania, he's a retired farmer. He can't handle the fuel going up. And he says he's going to come down very fast. And look, I'm disappointed. I'm just telling you what they say to him, Roy, Alex, we got a problem. We just hit the highest stock market price ever. By the way, then when I went in, Now, again, it's higher. With the war, it's higher than it was when I went in. Think of that. I agree. The 401ks at their all-time high. There are more people working right now in the United States of America than at any point ever in the history of our country. Detroit Free Press, a state that you won. While champagne flowed on the trading floor and President Donald Trump celebrated, when you hear Trump,
He's literally talking about how there's other things that are quote unquote doing good, like the stock market and 401k. He doesn't care about that statement.
Did like, are we listening to the same? He's literally telling you how there's more Americans working and how 401ks are at an all-time high. Like,
oh my God, I can't deal with this.
How
stupidity.
is that him?
Do you want to know why there's more Americans working right now than at any point in American history?
Because he's created more jobs and opportunities for people to work.
No, let me tell you. Because there's more Americans now than any point in American history. If we want to look at it proportionate to the population, we have the highest level of unemployment since the pandemic. In last year, we got the worst jobs report since 2003, ignoring recessions.
But isn't one of your guys'
No,
points about how the birth rate's at an all-time low?
No, but, respond.
No, I'm going to respond,
No,
but I'm saying one of your guys' talking points is that the birth rate's at an all-time low. So how can the population be at its all-time high if the birth rate's at an all-time low?
Doofus,
that doesn't make
because
sense.
Even though the birth rate is at a low, that doesn't mean that we're not still yet growing our population. Are you rejecting that the American population has continued to grow either through reproduction or immigration?
You guys have been celebrating about how the birth rate's at an all-time low and how we're eradicating the American citizens and stuff like that. So
what?
Which one is it? Is the birth rate dropping, or is the population at an all-time high?
The birth rate is dropping, yet it's still above 2.1, meaning that we're still sustaining population growth. And then when we add millions of immigrants that come into this country, we would, of course, then get even faster expedited population growth. The population is still growing. Do you understand that?
It doesn't sound like it if you guys are saying the birth rates are low.
It doesn't, dude.
Abortion bans are causing
dude, somebody says that the birth rates are low. They're not saying that they're below 2.1. They're saying that they're above 2.1, but scarily close to 2.1. Low doesn't mean gone. You are legitimately a droid. Like, all that takes to fact check the bullshit that you're spewing is to go on Google and look at the US Census. You will see that the continued population of America has grown. This is insane. This isn't even a political fucking claim, you idiot. Like, this is so easy. Go on Google, look up, has the US population grown from, I don't know, 2020 to 2026, and it will say yes. But although it's grown, birth rates are low, close to falling beneath the repopulation threshold, which is 2.1 children per family. But even if it were to fall below that 2.1 birth rate reproduction threshold, we would still have sustained population growth through immigration. Like, nothing about this is controversial or political in the slightest. You're just a moron.
I'm not. See, and this is what people are talking about.
Don't pivot to the insults. Okay, I'm sorry for calling you more. Now focus on the substance. Do you concede that when Donald Trump says that there's more Americans working now than ever, that's like not a boast? Because the reason why there's more Americans working now than ever is because there are more Americans than ever. But when we look at the amount of Americans working compared to the populace, we see that we have the highest level of unemployment since the pandemic. We got 1.3 million layoffs last year. And last year we got the worst jobs report since 2003, ignoring recessions. Like, just to put this into like perspective for you, in 2024 under Biden added 2.2 million jobs to the American economy. In 2025 under Trump added 170,000 jobs to the American economy. The total number of jobs added under 2025 under Trump was lower than the rolling monthly average under Biden in his last year of his presidency. So this whole thing about Donald Trump creating new jobs is bullshit.
Well, I haven't looked at those numbers, Dean. I'll have to go back and look at it and rejoin on another day. But
but you made the positive claim that Donald Trump was.
I'll be honest with you.
So then why did you claim that Donald Trump has created all these new jobs if you haven't looked at the numbers?
I haven't looked at the numbers.
So then why did you claim that Donald Trump has created all these new jobs? Why did you make that claim?
No, compared to Biden. What I'm saying.
Okay, why did you make the claim?
Compared to Joe Biden's
why did you make the claim that Donald Trump has created all these new jobs?
Because just like you said, more Americans have been working more than ever. Like, more Americans have jobs.
Dude,
that's not a flex.
Dude, you're a droid. Listen. Oh my God, I'm actually losing my brain. I'm actually losing my mind. Oh my God, I'm actually losing my mind. Just because more Americans are working doesn't mean that Donald Trump is creating more jobs. That just means that the population is growing. When we, like, of course, like, oh my God. Listen, were there more Americans working during the pandemic or the Great Recession than there were Americans working in the 70s? Yes, because the population was larger. Now, was the economy better at the pit of the Great Recession or in the 70s?
Probably in the 70s.
But there were more Americans working in the Great Recession. Must mean that there was better job opportunities during the Great Recession. No, of course not. The reason why there was more Americans working was because the population was larger. And more old people are going back to work because they can't retire.
I was literally just about to call that the actual rate of retirement has decreased, and now the largest majority of people that are finally leaving the workforce are between the ages of 65 to 70. They're staying in the workforce longer, and they're saying that there's the need now to survive after you retire is about $1.26 million. Okay. Like, more people are staying in the workforce longer because they can't afford to retire.
Listen, Raven, do you concede that just because more Americans are working now than other, that doesn't inform us about any macroeconomic indicator of the health of the economy?
I can concede to that. Because again, I haven't done my research. I haven't looked at the numbers. But what you're saying.
Thank you, Raven. Yeah, a couple of people to thank here, folks. On Venmo, thank you so much, Kim, for the $5. Kimberly, thank you for the $5 as well. Heather, thank you for the $6. I appreciate you so much. On PayPal, Danielle, thank you for the $5. Who says, breaking news, Boomer Karen doesn't understand two things can be true. Christian, thank you for the $20. Who says, damn, I didn't know that 10 to 20,000 people were representative of a nation of over 340 million on God. Thank you so much for the $20, Christian. Show some love to Christian in that chat. And Kathy, thank you so much for the $100 donation on PayPal. Queen Kathy's in the building. Thank you so much for that love and support. You are awesome. Kathy with $100. That is such an incredibly insane donation. Thank you so much, Kathy. Says, sending my disposable income to you because I absolutely love you. Kathy, you know I love you too. Thank you for the continued love and support. You are the GOAT. That is insane. Eva and Billy, thank you guys for the $5. Bonnie with the $6 for Vicky. And Gabby, thank you so much for the $50. Thank you so much. Who says, here's another donation. I'm deporting my British pounds to America and forcing them to be in Dean's account, just like he told me to. Thank you for the $50 for the gift for the Griff, Gabby. And I'm just seeing this now. Kathy actually sent another $100 for the Griff. Thank you, Kathy. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much, Kathy. Show some love to Kathy in that chat. Sydney and Daniela, thank you both for the $5. You guys are awesome. Thank you so fucking much for that love. Emma with the $10. Thank you so much. Allison with the $10 to spin on the shits and giggle. Thank you so much. Monavon with the $20 because you're a good guy. Do you know? Thank you so much for that love and support, Monavon. And Michelle, thank you for the $10. Over on Super Chat, Kung Fu, thank you for the $20. Who says, Dean, could you please move on and debate a scoop of rocks instead? Right? Thank you for the $20. Optics, thank you for the $50 just to piss that last guest off. Thank you so much for that love, Optics. I really appreciate you guys. And do show some love to all the donors down below in that chat. I really appreciate you guys. But on a real note, I gotta go. I gotta run.
Really quick, if you don't mind. Darius, thank you for the 1. Rebecca, thank you for the 5. Maven, thank you for the 20. And hold on. Sorry. Lord Toyomoshi, sorry. Thank you for the 150. That's fucking crazy. Dean, enjoy camping. I appreciate you, bro.
Thank you for coming up, Santana. You take care. Guys, make sure to hit that follow button on your way out on TikTok. Drop us up on YouTube. I literally got to run right now to go camping. I love and appreciate you all. I'll be live tomorrow. I'll just be live in the evening. Peace, love, good night, and goodbye. See y'all tomorrow.
Now that that's done with, if you want to join a show here called Real Talk with Don Rosen, where we have a little bit more better conversations than what they do, and we actually care about your opinions, and we don't mute you and do everything like that. Welcome over to the show. We're live here on pretty much everywhere. So, welcome everybody. Welcome in. We're live pretty much everywhere here. So, come on in, join in. We're doing a little bit of editing here today and kind of seeing what everything is out here. So, working on the new intro here. So, yeah. Oh, let's see this one. Hey, taxpaying. Working on new stuff here for the show. That's an issue for you. No. All right. Oh, MVP. Nah. Hello, your name. How you doing? Welcome in, everybody. I'm just working on a few things here and trying to create a new intro and new title sequence. So while I'm doing that, if anybody else wants to talk about anything, come on in, join in, let's discuss things and see what's on your mind.